Okay, it's Saturday late afternoon, and I decided the light was very good for a video. So we've been doing a lot of stuff in the garden, doing a lot of landscaping, and I wanted to kind of showcase that. You can see that the flower box is really filled in with nasturtium and some wild marigolds that I planted that I collected from seeds. You can look down there and you can see the lemon balm, the mint, the parsley, the skies of Italy geranium, the rosemary, and then you see the feverfew is starting to bloom, those white flowers. It's a great herb. Let's go down and take a look at things. These lilies should be blooming soon. We have some wonderful sage here that I'm going to have to clip back soon, and some lemon verbena, and my patio tomatoes that are doing just splendid. Here's my white sage and my sweetgrass. It's doing really well. I should be able to harvest some in another week or so and use it for prayers. When it all dries out, use them for praying and smudging. The cow lilies have done fantastic, and their nasturtiums at the bottom, they should be blooming soon. We already got a couple flowers just starting to unfurl. And we've enjoyed some wonderful yellow squash this week from this yellow zucchini squash I have growing in planters on the patio. There's another patio tomato. Let's take a look at what we've been doing. We have been re-landscaping and moving things around in the backyard, and we think it looks pretty good. You can see there's roses blooming. Lilies are about to open up. Another few days, they'll be opening up. This is what we've been doing the last few days, is re-landscaping parts of our backyard. We've installed a fountain, which we're very pleased with, and we've reinstalled the lighting. So at night, there'll be some lovely lamps lighting up around the edge of the garden. It'll be very, very nice. You can see the feverfew. I just love this plant. It's really pretty. The flowers last a long time, and they look lovely, and you can use the leaves and the flowers in tea. It's very, very bitter. It's a bitter kind of a tonic, but I like it, and because I know it's good for me. Here's some lovely, very dark maroon heucheras. More lily. You can see these lilies are going to be fabulous when they do bloom. I haven't got any takers yet for my my hummingbird feeder, and I need to refill the bird feeders here. You can see how close we are to having lilies. And here's another shot of the window box. I can't wait for the flowers to start really pumping out. Here we have some other plants on this ledge. A beautiful rose bush has been just doing lovely. We've been landscaping here, this little pathway back to a storage area and some composting. So this looks pretty tidy and nice. We're starting to have daylilies. You know, a lot of people think they're weeds. Well, you know, they are invasive. But if you have a part in your yard where you can really let them go, they're a lovely flower, and they remind me of my mother, because we used to go out to the railroad tracks about this time of year and pick daylilies and black-eyed Susans for our mother and bring them home to her. And this always makes me think of her. May she rest in peace, Betty Joan Crickey. Betty Joan Crickey Pierce, my mother. Beautiful woman. There's another shot of the skies of Italy, which are just wonderful plants. I was so happy to find it finally. And I kept it alive through the winter on a windowsill and made many cuttings of it. There's some more back there. Can you believe I found these acorn sculptures in the alley down the street? Wonderful. A wonderful find. Got to fill these bird feeders. And this is another one of those finds. Another one of those things that somebody was throwing out. It's parts of two different bird feeders, but they work great together. We got some dill happening with this squash. We just made egg salad with dill and parsley and tarragon from the garden. Let's take a look at the back here. We got all sorts of things happening. Beautiful Jackmani clematis. It's blooming beautifully. Very nice. Sometimes it blooms a lot, and sometimes it blooms about like this, but there's always some blooms. You can see that I have some beans back here, and more nasturtiums and beans, and more herbs. I got catnip, anise hyssop, and I let this sunflower grow because I just like it. I'm going to cut some of the lower leaves off so the plants underneath can get more light. You can see there's a pepper in there. There's all this garlic. Look at this. They look like aliens, all these garlic plants. And when the leaves turn yellow, I'm going to harvest them and save some of the garden, the tops, for next year. But I think I got way too many of them this year. But I think of a garden as a community. I don't think of it as like neat little rows, everything packaged. I like to see things growing like a community. And the plants that are growing are either herbs or flowers or vegetables. And the nice thing is that they help keep all of them together, make a community, attract beneficial insects, and keep the ground from getting weedy. Some of the herbs I have to keep an eye on because they can get weedy. But for the most part, I do some thinning and a little bit of weeding, but the covering of the ground keeps it moist, and I get a lot of nice herbs, and it's just lovely. We got some basil starting to shoot up down there. We have another patio tomato, which I just can't wait. It's got little tiny tomatoes on it already. The cucumbers have just taken off. I've got a couple small cucumbers. We got some melons in the back, a couple more sunflowers. We got this lovely lovage plant, and I keep eating it. My partner doesn't like it so much, but I do. It tastes like a cross between celery and parsley, but a bit stronger. It is a lovely herb used in sauces and soups. I like it just the way it is, in salad too. I have to really showcase this guy, and we'll be just about wrapping it up. Here we have a Dossier dogwood, and I just love this. I grew this plant from a stick, and it's not a stick anymore. It's a beautiful big bush or a tree, and I have to trim it because of the spot that it's in. But now that the berries are ripening, the robins are going to have a heyday. The robins love these berries, and they get in here and they just gorge themselves, and I think that's great. Here's some coleus that I wintered over inside. It's really taken off since I put it here, and you can see down there we have currants that are starting to ripen. My currants are not as prolific as they were last year, but I'll enjoy them, and we'll have some fresh currants to eat. I don't even know what this plant is. I got it as a cutting from a hotel patio in Cleveland, Ohio. So it's a neat plant. I kept it alive, started to grow it, and it's got a little flower right there. We'll see what happens. Anyway, have a great weekend. Have a wonderful Sunday. And if you tune in a little bit later, have a beautiful week, or whatever day you find yourself, may it be good. May you walk in a sacred manner. May you enjoy the day. May you be a blessing and receive blessings in life from others and from the Creator and Mother Earth. Mitakuye Oyasin. And blessings. Thanks a lot for listening and watching. Stay tuned for more of Dano's Garden in Chicago.